Hey guys, I've just been thinking recently, and something that I thought about and I've been thinking about for a while, but it's just like an on and off thought, is when I look around the world, when I look at the world around me, I start to think capitalism might be skewing our sense of self-worth. Now, why do I say that? Let's use an example. Let's look at the word value, and what is the first thing that we think of? And for me and for many others, maybe even you, we when we think of value, we think of money, we think of something numeric. But the origin of value never started with money. Value is so much more than just numbers on a paper or numbers on a screen. Value is importance, value is impact, value is influence. It's so much, it started with something so much more organic, but we've kind of lost our way of being able to see that. And I think that's become a real problem within me and maybe even within society. I think a great example of this is the United States, the US, the big US. When you look at US culture, it revolves around hustle culture, it revolves around chasing more. It's always about how can you how can you get more while doing less. But sometimes we forget to think, why do we want more? Why must we want more? And obviously, people have justified reasons to chase that sense of security. But when do we stop and think, hey, this is enough? And people lose that finish line. People don't see that finish line. It becomes an obsession with wanting more. Is it greedy? Is it selfish? I'm in no place to judge. But I personally know that it's unsustainable. When profit is more than everything, how can you feed everyone in the world? And with the rise of AI, the overuse of AI, with how energy consuming it is and with how water consuming it is, it has had me thinking like, hey, it's impossible to sustain this for a long period of time, because Earth does not have enough materials to sustain this use. And it's not just AI. AI was just, it was just a spotlight to like kind of shine onto this topic, where hey, we want so much but there's not enough to go around. And I'm not saying that money is evil, but we definitely have lost a way of looking at ourselves in the mirror and not putting a price tag. Because fulfillment is so much more than just money, than just numbers. It is about connection, it is about community, it is about creation, contribution, honing a skill. And sometimes it's just about being. And if you've ever felt like you're doing something right, but you still feel wrong, or still feel like you're doing something wrong, maybe it's not you that's broken. Maybe it's the system. And maybe it's time to rethink not just our economy, but also our values. Because all this life, we've been sold this dream of freedom, but I personally feel more trapped than ever. So yeah, that was all I've been thinking about. See you guys.